Welcome to Battle Silicon. I'm Dinah Ding. And Battle Silicon is an international platform to help entrepreneurs and bring their dream to global. Before we get started, we're going to play the video for the introduction of the judges today.
Diana Ding, founder and CEO of Silicon Valley Innovation Channel, Ding Ding TV, Santa Clara County Asian American Hero Award winner. Felix Lam, Managing Director of Red Chapel Advisors, Executive Board Member of Thai Hong Kong. Kenneth Wu, F50 Venture Partner, Advisor of Plug and Play Tech Center. Sandy Chow, founder of multiple organizations, including Akon Campus Capitals, Trident USA, and AAMA. President of Suma Ventures. Dave Mosby, Executive Director of Karachu Forum Academy, Consulting Enterprise Architect. Leslie Yuan, founder of Globalization Training Office, multiple decades of cross-border go-to-market experience. Dr. Wei Chen Li, Counselor Faculty, San Jose State University, former Chair, Multicultural Concerns Commission, National Academic Advising Association.
Hi, I'm Florence from Buymedesign. I'm really happy to be part of Battle Silicon. That's the first time for Buymedesign. We are here to raise funds and get advices from the judges, and we are lucky enough to have judges from the Silicon Valley.
So let's welcome Florence Correa, and she is the founder and CEO of Buymedesign. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. We're so happy to have a women entrepreneur. So you got 3 minutes. Tell us something about your Buymedesign.
Yeah. So Buymedesign is a scouter of rising talents. We promote and sell lifestyle items towards consumers and retailers. We are unique in the way we are already partnering with the major design fairs across Asia and also with the major design publications that feature our designers throughout Asia and globally. We have more than designers. We've got brands, we've got stores, we've got hotels. Any player in the design industry can have a proper corner on Buymedesign to get promoted and sell through us. In addition to Buymedesign, we have an offline trade event called In Bed with designers. At some point, you have to be tech, but also you have to go offline to get in touch with your community. So that's for us a way to have our designers showcasing and promoted in a very cozy environment because it takes place in hotel rooms. Our unique revenue model is we have a subscription fee. So each designer pays for a corner, and that's a renewal fee. Now they pay for a corner, but now they pay also for being part of the event as well. We also take a commission on the sales. We've got margins about 20 to 40%, which is pretty high in our industry because we are talking about volume sales. We are not a very young startup, as we've already achieved to be in more than 40 stores across Asia. We are here to, of course, raise funds because we need more sales force to be able to get into more markets than just Hong Kong or Singapore, so we're more global. And we also target bigger players, so we have now joined a partnership with a major distributor here in Hong Kong, which is called Jepson. They've gone to retail, so they were looking for the good partner to bring them the design touch, the design guarantee, and we are actually bringing them the brand curated by Buymedesign for Jepson. So this exists already. You can check. We've got in Shatin in a mall called Home Square, 150 square foot in Jepson retail shop. So our scalability is to have corners that can be unlimited on Buymedesign, and we are going retail by actually bringing the sourcing to those retailers. And we actually start with one major player that wished to open in Hong Kong, having also more stores opening in China. So they bring us with them. We're also discussing with major players such as Robinsons in Singapore. So they are all willing to have the curated by Buymedesign brand part of their store.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you're from France, so
Yes.
how do you like Hong Kong?
I do like Hong Kong. I moved to Hong Kong for professional reasons. I've launched a design publication with my sister, so that's part of our family story to be in design. I'm a designer myself. Being in Hong Kong actually is a great opportunity, definitely, to launch a business. Being in Europe, you know how the European market is today, so we are here really to get benefits of the positive energy and also meet the right person to grow. So it's
Great. You see all the positive energies here and the right people sitting down there. So we're going to have our judges to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the intro. Can you tell us a bit more about your key management team, the skill set, expertise, and experience, please?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I can start by myself. So I've worked for more than 15 years in the luxury industry, and my background is as a designer. I've also built this venture with my partner and husband. He's an entrepreneur itself. He worked for media agencies, and he also created some dating sites, TV channels in tech. So we are both entrepreneurs, and my family as well is in entrepreneurship. I've got then a team, of course. We are 5. One of my closer, I would say, partner is we used to work in the e-commerce for Amazon, and then she moved as well to Hong Kong to launch the venture with me. And then we've got people with different backgrounds. We've just hired 2 salespeople. So for now, we've been running the business just by taking the inquiries, but we definitely look for more sales experimental profiles. We've got in-house an editorial manager. Something that I haven't really mentioned is our strength to create 100% content for all our vendors, so we can feature them through Buymedesign, throughout social media, and we actually provide content to publications that wish to have a shopping list, for instance. So we can give them the content, the high-resolution pictures, so the content and PR is really strong.
I hear there's there are quite a bit of high-touch activities. That mean you have to physically there, then you have to be a speaker, talk, and then a lot of education and a lot of direct contact. So therefore, in such case, it's very much a personal relationship and face-to-face communication is necessary. So therefore, in such case, what is the ratio between your offline capability and the online transaction? So therefore, in such case, what I hear from here, there will be significant offline activities.
Yes.
For your
Right.
revenue model at the present time.
Yeah, you're right. I would say the physical presence is something we have to do at a specific time, and we follow a schedule during the year. So I know that I have to be present at the major design fairs at that period. So we already know what are the main dates during the year when we need to be really there. I'm not losing myself in too many things. That's, of course, where we need to be selective. And I am at the office 90% of my time. So if it's your question, I'm not like traveling all around the world for anything.
So my question has to do with kind of what Sandy was just asking about, because it's not clear what the succinct big idea is. You didn't speak to how much money you need to accomplish your goals, what you would do with it if you had it, and how, me as an investor, how am I going to get it back? So those are all things that I'm sure that you have in your head, but when you can put those on the table, that's when you'll be able to get the attention of investors. So how much money are you trying to raise?
Good question, yeah. So now we're looking for 500K. We evaluate our company to 3.5 million. Where to put the money? As I mentioned, we are looking for more salespeople, but we also see the scalability of our model to go online, having more vendors, be able to manage the relationship with them. But as I say, we are having more retail partners, so they are asking for having the product, the sourcing right away. So we definitely need to have a better infrastructure. For now, we don't have any costs in terms of stock. We don't have the stocks. We pay very, very low salary. I don't pay myself. So that's a few things to re-evaluate to make the team, loyal and long-term. Having the infrastructure to have the products more present near our market, so we can be quicker, faster, and don't lose any opportunity to sell. So it's, for now, we have done everything without investing into acquiring a database, without buying a stock. So it's really to build infrastructure, the admin, the tech, and reinforce the sales.
So when you get to the point where you can be clear on what those numbers are, then you'll be able to get a lot better traction with investors. And I'm happy to chat with you later about that.
Okay, maybe after the show you can discuss with Mr. David Mosby.
I think it's 500K is US dollars or
US dollar, right?
I'm sorry?
It's US dollar.
Yes,
$500,000.
USD. Yes,
US
USD.
dollar. Okay. It's not Hong Kong dollar.
No, it's not Hong Kong dollars.
US dollars.
Yes, it's US.
Okay.
All right.
Or maybe euro. Okay.
Yeah, close to.
Euro.
Close to.
Euro is better, yes.
It's much better.
Yes, okay. Now let's see the first round vote from our judge to see your business plan. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Congratulations. Okay, let's come to the EQ session, and you choose a number for your question.
Yeah.
Yes, and number 2 was already taken. So, which number you would like to choose?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. Yes. Let's see.
One.
Number 1 questions.
Okay,
Yes.
first I want to comment. You can see when women are supported and they're so lovely and smiley and can accomplish a lot of things.
Yes. Like you, Dr. Lee.
Okay, so this question you're probably really familiar with, Florence. Okay, a buyer says to you, here maybe a designer says to you, your competitor will give me a much better deal. So what do you usually do here? And here are the 4 choices. Of course, you can do your own choices. A, tell me about the deal. B, they have misled you. C, I will beat whatever deal they promise to give you. D, none of the above.
I would be curious to say, tell me more about the deal, so I can see what I can bring to you.
Okay, so just say in case. Okay, this person say, no, I can't tell you. I can only tell you the deal will be much better.
Yeah.
Negotiate with
So
me.
what's your better deal for me?
There's definitely a question of price, but there's also a question of what are you going to do with it, and what's the added value it can bring to you. Depending on who is it, if it's really a customer, I would say we could actually give you additional voucher or coupons or things to give you some incentive to buy on the platform, something in addition. So I'm not here to say I will not cut the price, definitely not. We are not a flash sales. We are a premium kind of platform. So it's convincing them that if they buy from us, it's also they buy the product and they buy from Buymedesign. So being proud to say that's something I've bought there. It's like an iPhone. I'm happy to say I bought it in the Apple Store.
But how do you identify the real customer?
Is not asking for rebates because we are premium, so we know that our target are people that can afford this kind of products. If they look for rebates, I would say choose something I would say less expensive. But if you look for a rebate, it means that you could be tempted to buy something counterfeit. So it's also our way to educate our customer.
Good.
So you hold your boundaries pretty clear. What if somebody really tried to break your boundary? I think it's a really wonderful skill you have to hold your boundary. And how can you convey to me, for example, I'm a cheap buyer, okay? And you tell me your product is premium. So how can you say that to me without offending me?
Sure. I think what is very important in part of the education process is to explain what's the product about, how it has been made, what's the story of the designer behind. So it's really the storytelling behind it. As part of the education process we do on Buymedesign is to explain what you are buying. It is taking time, but it's also the time that makes those customers becoming loyal and happy to share. You know, I'm buying something, if I offer this, I'm happy to explain the value of it, not just the price, but to say this has been designed by this designer from this country. I know that's a specific material that is rare to find, blah, blah, blah. So you put a price and you understand what the price is for.
Okay.
So that's what I would do.
However, here's my final challenging question. It may be a little bit harsh.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like to be educated.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
especially in Asian culture, you need to show respect and humbleness.
Yes.
And if I go in and feel your attitude is you're educating me, I probably feel really sad and want to leave.
Yeah. First, I may ask if it's really, really a problem of price, because I must understand it's maybe the difficulty. I may ask the budget that the person have, basically, to give other options to be able to buy it. So we have several options. We have more than 6,000 products on the platform. We will easily find something alternatively to this product.
Okay, so just sharing my opinion,
Yeah.
okay, and I wonder what judges think. I actually want people to think about you are sharing information, you are informing instead of I'm here to educate you. So because when you go into a business negotiation, when you have the part that I need to educate the person in front of me, it's already set out the wall. What do you think?
Well, let's see the judge's vote for you. Okay. Let's see what's their decision. Let's count down. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good. You got 4 people vote yes for you. So this is something I learned during my startup. No matter if you are women or not, or how old you are, or if you're pretty or not, and you face the same challenge every day.
Yes.
The number and ask your question.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the number?
4.
Number 4. Okay, that's Kenneth Wu.
If you understood our business model, how do you see us grow more globally? Because now we are talking more about Asia, but definitely want to go more globally. And how would you advise us to better approach a market such as the US, for instance?
I think that's actually a great question. I think it's a very important question. As Sandy mentioned earlier, right, it seems like your model right now is very, I would say, service intensive and expert intensive. I think it's a good way to kind of build that. I mean, you're from the designer industry, so you understand what it takes to have great design and how to really appeal to the buyer, etc. But I think as you think about scaling and going global, I think you need to start thinking about how do you become more online. How can you translate some of the expertise you have in people into something, whether is it like automated or semi-automated, right? Where now you can't go physically talk to people all the time, particularly if you start going multiple time zones across oceans. You got to find a way in terms of how do you then have a model that still translate into great designs and great products, so you maintain the high quality, but yet it's not so much hands-on service intensive. How do you do that? I don't know. You're the designer, right? But I think it's really important to think about that. And if you can really crack that code a bit, right, I think it could be very interesting, because I think design right now is it's so important in terms of not having just a functioning product, but having a functioning product that's really well designed. The whole user experience and appeal becomes so important. So I think it's very timely what you're doing, but it's just about how do you translate that into something that is much more scalable and hence will be much more fundable.
Have you ever heard about the Monkey King story, a Chinese history?
No.
No. Well, it's okay. The question is,
Tell me.
no. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but compare yourself with an animal. What animal would you think that you are, and why?
A lion.
Lion. Why?
Wow.
Why?
That's my sign, basically. And I'm like that.
Very brave and determined. and strong.
It's not fighting. The women lion usually protect, not attack.
Very good. Yes, protect the lion. Okay, good. Let's have judge to have a final vote for your overall performance. Okay, let's count down 3, 2, 1. Wow. Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I noticed that when you look at that, you are kind of. What does that mean?
I say back to the initial vote.
Okay, now you got an opportunity to choose one, become your advisor. So who would you like to choose?
Felix.
Felix.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me why?
Some people have told me, he's more interested in the kind of venture you are doing. So it's maybe interesting for me to have more interaction with you and to benefit from your advices, specifically if you know the niche industry I'm talking about. And of course, going more business and scalable at the same time.
Very good. Thank you. You are so direct and honest. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And right now, we still got some time. So Leslie, do you have any comment?
Yeah, I would like to. Going back to the question of the EQ, I think it's important for a salesperson or even a CEO now is to know your ideal customer profile. Because you're not for everybody, and you cannot be everybody, obviously. And throughout that objection, you go through a pre-qualifying process to see if that is a right fit or not. Otherwise, you don't want to waste your time because you're doing a lot of activities today already, traveling online and offline. So if it is not your right ideal customer profile, there's no use to waste your time even. Maybe when they learn that in the future, they may come back. They're willing to pay you the price. I like the idea that you stand firm. You know where your positioning is, your premium brand, and they will come back for you later.
Good. Yes. Dave, do you have any suggestions to her?
So I just have a question for you to ponder. So I'm looking at this page right here in your handout. Now, don't grimace. I think you did a nice job. So, but if you had to pick one of these, which one would it be?
It's franchise.
Pardon?
The number one. Franchise
The
shop in
retail
shop.
shop in shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I
if
can-
you
can I-
had to
yeah.
pick one, that would be it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Would
So you might think about doing
If I can just explain a little bit more on this, we already go retail. It's not Buymedesign shop, but on Buymedesign, we offer a one-stop sourcing solution. So I may not have been that clear at the beginning, is already buyers online can access to a wholesale section where they can source. And actually today, we've got more and more big retailers willing to go lifestyle and willing to have a sourcing solution and a design brand at the same time. So this is where we have to go, and that's where we actually managed to go with our first partner. They opened 8 stores in Hong Kong, 15 planning to be in China. So it's growing B2B directly with the bigger players.
Okay. So that's why I asked the question about what's the big idea, because in that space there is a big idea.
Yeah, there is a big idea. It's the
And so
wholesale
you just
sourcing
need to-
solution that
if
we
you-
offer.
If you say, here's where we can win big, and you build your whole story around that, it will help deal with all of the other questions that have come up. I suggest.
Sure, thanks.
Good. Yes. Mr. Sandy Chow.
Yeah, the reason I put an X on it is that I tried very, very hard to look at the fundability standpoint. The fundability standpoint that I'm familiar with would be the angel investment, the startup, the so-called the A-round VC funds, or the growth stage VC fund, or even you get into the private equity. So those are the area that is really looking into it. And then in terms of using the attitude of Silicon Valley and then in the battling style, it will have significant adjustment of your business plan to fit into those models rather than the other model.
You're right.
It's great. Yeah. Florence, now what have you learned today?
A lot.
A lot. Great. Each time I see women entrepreneur, I'm so touched because we get this feeling. Yeah. You always need to think and feel like you are aligned. So be strong and persistent and keep going. You'll be there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Great job. I just wanted to say thank you to Diana Ding for inviting me to participate in Battle Silicon. This has been my first trip to Hong Kong, and I've been delighted with the reception, and the people have been so kind and helpful, especially those that have been representing Cyberport. So one of the things that's happened is I've had the opportunity to meet a half a dozen absolutely wonderful, imaginative entrepreneurs and meet other colleagues who've been judges on the panel. And what we've done is create new insights and heard new learning opportunities from the people who've been presenting. So I just encourage anybody that has the opportunity to participate with Ding Ding TV, with Cyberport, or with Hong Kong to look forward to the opportunity with great excitement. So thanks for the opportunity. Bye.